There's a specific reason AI agency pricing looks the way it does. And once you understand it, you'll be able to evaluate any AI proposal you ever receive. So let's jump in. I want to walk you through exactly how the pricing model works, what the actual tools cost, and most importantly, why this gap between cost and pricing exists in the first place, because it's not random at all. And understanding the mechanism is more useful to you than just knowing the numbers. So let's start with what an AI agency is actually selling you. When you get a proposal from an AI agency, you're typically looking at a list of deliverables that sound something like this: a proprietary AI system, custom automation workflows, intelligent CRM solutions, a voice AI solution, ongoing optimization. The retainer for this work is somewhere between $3,000 and $10,000 a month, generally, and the proposal is designed to make all of it sound like it was custom built for your business specifically. But here's what you're actually looking at. The proprietary AI system is access to a model like Claude or OpenAI via API, and the same models anyone can access by signing up at anthropic.com or openai.com. The pricing for the API access at a small business usage level is generally $20 a month, sometimes less. And the word proprietary in this context means the agency has written some prompts and connected it to their system. But the underlying model is the same one you could access yourself this afternoon. The custom automation workflows are built inside tools like make.com or Zapier. Make.com starts at $9 a month. Zap has a free tier. It scales up to like $20 a month. These tools have drag and drop interfaces and don't require engineering expertise to use. Workflows themselves, like the logic of how information moves from one system to another, now that does require someone who knows what they're doing. But the tool itself is $9. The intelligent CRM is almost always GoHighLevel. Now, this is worth understanding because GoHighLevel is one of those platforms that has become a de facto operating system of the agency world. So it handles emails, SMS, calendar, pipeline, form, payment processing. It does a lot. And the pricing is $97 a month for the core plan. What an agency does is white label it, put their branding on it, and present it as their custom platform. But it's not custom. It's a software subscription that they are reselling you. It costs $97 a month. Now, the voice AI solution, if that's in the proposal, it's a platform like Vapi. Real-time AI voice infrastructure, about $50 a month at actual usage volume, maybe $150 at high volume. Now, add all of that up, you're somewhere around $200 in monthly software costs. If the retainer is $5,000, how does this make sense? Now, I want to be precise about what that gap actually represents because this is where a lot of people get the wrong takeaway. So you're not paying $4,800 for nothing. The gap covers the agency's labor, right? The setup time, the integrations, the prompt engineering, the ongoing management, the troubleshooting when something breaks. All of that is real work. And if it's being done well, it has real value. The problem isn't the labor cost. The problem is that the proposal is structured in a way that makes it nearly impossible to separate the labor cost from the tool cost. And the reason that's a problem is that you, as the buyer, have no way to evaluate whether what you're being charged for labor is reasonable if you don't know what the tools cost. You're evaluating the whole package against nothing, and you have no reference point. That information asymmetry is the actual business model. It's not the tools, it's the information gap. And here's how it's maintained. Language. So when a tool is called a proprietary AI engine on a proposal, it doesn't trigger the part of your brain that goes and looks up the pricing page. It triggers the part that assumes something was built specifically for you, so it has value. That assumption is worth thousands of dollars a month to an agency, and it costs them nothing to create it beyond choosing the specific words in the proposal. I've been working with AI tools every single day for 3 years. I know what every platform in this stack costs because I've had to know. When I look at an AI proposal now, I can translate the marketing language back to the actual tool names and actual pricing in about 30 seconds. That's what happens when you look at this stuff so frequently. And it's not a special skill, it's just information, callousing. And that's what I want to give you right now. So here's what to do with this. If you're currently paying an agency for AI services, the most valuable thing you can do in the next 24 hours is send them a 1-sentence email. Can you send me a list of specific software tools you're running for our account with the individual monthly costs for each one? That's it. You're not accusing anyone of anything. You're not saying, hey, you're screwing me on pricing. You're just asking a reasonable question that any legitimate vendor should be able to answer pretty much immediately. Now, if you get a clear, itemized response, you're in a good position. Now you can have an honest conversation about labor costs, the setup, the management, the strategy, and evaluate whether it's worth what you're paying. And that's completely fine. Now, if you get a vague response, or you're told the stack is proprietary and can't be disclosed, or the email just doesn't get answered, now that tells you something important about the relationship you're in. And if you haven't hired an agency yet, but you're being pitched, and a lot of people are being pitched, I know it, before you sign anything, ask for the tool stack, not the deliverables, not the outcomes, the roadmap. Like, what are the actual softwares and tools that you'll be using to run my account? And if they don't have an answer for you, or they won't tell you, you have your answer. So the reason I do all this work, the reason I talk about this publicly, is that this information gap closes the moment someone decides to fill it. And it's not complicated. The pricing pages, they're all public. The tools are available to anyone. The gap exists because nobody told you to look, and all you have to do is look. But now you know to look. So the full tool breakdown is in the description: names, pricing, what they're typically called on proposals. If you want to go deeper on what AI could actually cost to implement in your specific business and what you actually need versus what you're being sold, I do consulting calls. The links will be there too. So check back in for our next video. We'll continue deep dive in this. And if you have anything specific that you need to know or want to know, leave it in the comments or hit me up on any of the socials, and I'll get back to you on it. Talk soon.